Hello there and welcome along to my endless musical journey, and thank you for all the comments on the shorts, and thank you for sharing your musical journey with me on the shorts as well as on the long format videos as well. Today we're doing a ranking of U2 videos. I was going to do a 3-minute short, but my friend Pat Kennedy on his channel Close to the Edge said do a long one, so I'm going to do a long one. And I was kind of thinking, how will I rank their albums? So I have all of their studio albums right here, and I'm familiar with everything up as far as pop. I'm not familiar with everything after that, although I have listened to them, but not enough. And so that's these albums here. Or That You Can't Leave Behind. I got all of them in charity shops and on eBay. And I'm not that familiar. This is the one that they gave away free on the iPad, which everyone didn't like for some reason. There you go. And I have listened to them. I've listened to that one. That was only okay. And I kind of came to the conclusion that why I haven't really returned to these albums is that this is kind of very polished U2. Kind of what I really enjoyed about U2 was their kind of raw energy, and they did a lot of experimental phase. And this is kind of radio friendly U2, and they kind of became a singles band more so than an album band, and less of the experimental stuff that they were doing. So I kind of took these albums out of the pile, and I was left with this pile. And there was 10 albums there, all in chronological order. And I said that's perfect 10. And so we'd go through this perfect 10, starting from 10 down to number 1. And then we'll do an honourable top 5. If you didn't want to have all those 10 albums, which 5 honourable honourable I was going to say animals, honourable albums of U2 would you like? Okay, so we start off pop. Got this on vinyl back in the day, and I really enjoyed it. And there's a couple of good singles on it. This is where they started to get a little bit more polished on this one. This is kind of the end of their kind of experimental phase. And this kind of cover kind of reminds me of Queen's Hot Space album and the T-Rex album as well. So yeah, this is pop, and that's where they had the big yellow arch on their tour, on the pop tour. And we'll give this we'll give it a good we'll give it an 8. Yeah, we'll give it an 8 out of 10. Up next is Europa. Very experimental album, and I quite like it. Johnny Cash is on this album. I saw them on tour in Cork, and they put on a great show. And Bono was in his phase of phoning up people, and he made a boo-boo at that concert. So it was quite funny watching that in action. So that's Europa. Johnny Cash is on The Wanderer. I can't read that writing. You have tracks like Lemon on here as well, which is excellent. And The Edge, of course, sings Numb in this one. So very, very good album. Up next, we'll give this a 10 out of 10. I quite like it. Very, very good. Kind of very disco-y in places as well, as with Discotheque here. And then we have Auckland Baby. And this is great. I really, really like this. This is definitely 100% of an album. And if you've not got this in your collection, please do. It's in the charity shops. I got nearly all of these in charity shops. I had most of these from pop down to boy. I had all of those on vinyl over in Ireland. So this is an absolutely fantastic album. You have Better Than the Real Thing is on it. Mysterious Ways, Acrobat, all songs like that. And it's just a fantastic album to have. If you were to have one U2 album in your collection, make it this one. So this is absolutely fantastic. Up next is Rattle and Hum. I saw them on this tour as well. It was the midnight gig in Dublin at the Point Depot. I think it's the Tree Arena or something now it's called, I'm not too sure. And this is a fantastic album. I met The Edge on this tour as well in the days of when we had pen pals and fan club magazines. I was in the Propaganda fan club magazine, and we read I was with a pen pal of an Italian lady, and she knew where The Edge was practicing his guitar in Dublin. And we met up in Dublin, and we went to the Claddagh record shops. We were inside Claddagh record shops a minute, and The Edge was outside getting ready to go up to practice his guitar. And we read about it in an interview in Propaganda magazine. And so we met The Edge on the Rattle and Hum tour. It was quite cool. And he's very, very polite, very friendly, very unassuming chap. And thank you, Edge. We really, really enjoyed meeting him. Then we have the classic Joshua Tree. Another classic album to have. I saw them on this tour as well in Dublin. In not Parky Cleeve, is in Cork. It is in Croke Park we saw them. And they put on a great show, and I saw, I think it was Lou Reed was support act, and the Pogues, and everything was, all the bands were brilliant. And I think the Dubliners, an Irish folk band with Ronnie Drew, came along with Shane McGowan, and they sang The Irish Rover, which was a big song at the time, and that was on the Joshua Tree tour. They have all the classic songs on here, With or Without You. That is definitely a classic song. And they have Mothers of the Disappeared, they have One Tree Hill, Exit, Red Hill, Mining Town, In God's Country. Just such a classic album. Up next is The Unforgettable Fire. And I heard a story once that when they were trying to get Madonna to play Slane Castle, they told her that this was Slane Castle, and she said, "Oh, I'm not going." So that's a story I heard about Madonna. So how true that is, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Bad is on this, Pride is on this, MLK is on it. What else is Unforgettable Fire? This is really, really an experimental album, and it's completely different from the later stuff, which I kind of so about, but I'm a collector, so I have them in the collection anyway. One day I might put them on and I may hear them different. Up next is Under a Blood Red Sky, live at Red Rocks. It's kind of a mini live album, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And this goes really, really well with Wide Awake in America. And you kind of have a double live two mini albums for the price of one, so to speak. And if you've not got this in your collection, please do so. And great cover, absolutely fantastic cover there. Up next is three classic U2 albums. More. This is New Year's Day. This is Two Hearts Beat as One, and Sunday Bloody Sunday. All those tracks, and this is just again an essential album to have in your collection. And up next, the next two are really, and these are just brilliant. October, again, picked it up in a charity shop, and about £1, and I'm quite happy to get all these again. And I've had them on vinyl, so I've not had them on CD. And I Will Follow, I think, is on this one, and Gloria. And then up next is Boy, one of the best debut albums out there, and of the kind of 80s era. And this is just a fantastic album to have in your collection. So if you're kind of don't want to have all of the U2 albums, but you do want to have some of them, what are the best 5 albums to have by U2? Well, I'm going to do it this way. And we're going to do, hold on, let me get the last one. I was holding it up for the thumbnail. So I would include these 5. We go with the Unforgettable Fire, the Joshua Tree. I'd go with Octon Baby. And then for all the early stuff, I'd go with Under a Blood Red Sky. And then the singles. And that would kind of cover all your essential U2 albums that you need for a kind of mini U2 collection. So I hope you enjoy that ranking, and we'll be doing more ranking videos going forward, and we will look forward to talking to you again in the next video.